So let's see what we have done day before yesterday. So we have tried to find out what is the B matrix, and the derivation of that B matrix we have completed. Okay, and finally we have written strain equal to B into Q, and B is 1 upon determinant of J, Y2, 3, and in this fashion we can construct the matrix B and we can get the strain. Okay, so now let's go with the stress, because to find out the stiffness matrix we should be aware of stress. Okay, fine. So just today's data, right? Okay, so now sigma equal to, we know EBQ. Okay, but this E will turn out for two-dimensional analysis as DBQ. Okay, and what is sigma? So I write here sigma equal to, sigma is itself a matrix. We have a sigma x, sigma y, and we will be having a shear stress. Okay, so assuming that we are doing a assuming the cross section in xy plane. Okay, what is the assumption? Cross section in xy plane. Okay, so if that is in different plane, so that might be a sigma z and tau xz, something like this. So this may appear. Okay, now there could be a short note. So if you take out a paper, you will find out short note of 4 marks on plane stress and plane strain. Okay, so how did distributed? 1 mark for figure, 1 mark for formula. Okay, and for 2 it will be a 4 marks. Okay, so for plane stress 1 mark figure and 1 mark formula. So for plane stress problem, so basically you should be aware of all the types of stress which is occurring in 3-dimensional mode. Okay, so it seems that your SOM DME1 DME2 is very weak. Okay, so I may conduct one or additional lecture on the principal stress and principal plane. Okay, so that is what is important. So in any 3-dimensional mode we apply forces and we find out the stress, but are those stress maximum? That we are not aware of, because we are not working on principal plane and principal stress. So those are the maximum one, and that we need to find out. Okay, so any 3-dimensional analysis, when you mesh it in hypermesh or maybe in ANSYS, it gives you colorful result, but are those maximum? Can I take those values? That's the important question. So this is what is the thing. So this is the tensile load which I am applying. Okay, and this is the thickness, this is the L, and this is the W. So this is W, this is L. So what I see here in this case, the thickness is very small as compared with the lateral dimension L and W. Okay, So what means stress variation with thickness T is negligible. Okay, so I can say it's a small variation. It's a small variation. Okay, and can be neglected. Okay, so what it suggests, so in any plane along the thickness, if I try to find out stress, so that stress will be a constant, and this is the case of my plane stress. Okay, so stress does not vary in any of the plane if I move in direction of t or direction of thickness. So for this, the matrix D, because it involves lateral strain and all those parameters. Okay, so I need to write down those. So it's not simply a modulus of velocity plane. It's a Poisson's ratio, and the lateral stress also will be a part of that. So in that case, E minus mu square, where mu is the Poisson's ratio, that will be equal to 1 mu 0, and this will be mu 1 0 0 0 1 minus mu by 2. This is 0. So this is my matrix D for case of plane stress. So that is how you got now 2 marks. For plane strain, okay, if I am applying a force, tensile force in this direction, so along this plane, along this variation, this is L. So here in this case, this is diameter. So diameter is very small as compared with the length, or lateral dimension is very small as compared with the L. So that is what is the meaning. In such cases, so the stress may change according to plane. Okay, so this is not the case of plane stress problem. This is a case of plane strain problem. Okay, the strain will be a planar. So at every location, if you try to find out strain at this, strain at this, strain at this, so strain will be a same. So in such case, my D will be E upon 1 plus mu, this is okay, 1 minus 2 mu, and this will be 1 minus mu 0 0, it will be mu 1 minus mu 0, and then finally 0 0 1 minus mu by 2. So do confirm this from the textbook about this formula for the plane stress. Okay, so I am rarely using this formula, so you need to verify it, but this is correct. Okay, so I am consistently using this plane stress problem. That is why I am very well aware of this is the formula, but for this you just need to refer the book and try to see that this formula, whatever I have written, is correct or not. Okay, but this type of formula is there. So if you remember when I have taken in ANSYS specially, okay, so what I did for K3 is a plane stress with width and thickness. This option I have selected. Okay, so this suggests that I am using a plane stress problem, and that is why I try to solve it. Okay, So this is what is the K3, the option for the element which I have taken care while solving in the ANSYS. Okay. So I hope plane stress and plane strain is clear to you. Just let me know. Okay, fine. Okay. So now we'll take one problem and we'll try to solve it. Okay. Oh, instead of problem, we need to find out K matrix first. So I got dVq as sigma. Okay. So let's try to formulate it. So internal energy, as you remember, 1 by 2. Okay. Integration over the element. It's sigma transpose epsilon and dV. This is consistently we are using it. So 1 by 2 integration over the element, sigma is dBq. Okay. So I have Q transpose dBq. dBq. Okay. So I will be having B transpose and matrix D as it is. Okay. So this will be as it is D, and epsilon is B into Q. So therefore B into Q, epsilon will be there. Okay. Then I have a dV. So dV here in this case will be thickness, which is constant, and a small area dA. So this is what we are going to have. Okay. Now all these are constant. As we say, this does not depend upon the what you say xi and all those stuff, because the strain is constant. So BQ is constant. So similarly, B transpose into D is constant also. Q is also constant because it is a displacement. So all the terms are constant. So basically, matrix B does not depend on the xi value. Okay. So it is constant. It depends on the only coordinates. So therefore, all this I can take out as 1 by 2. Okay. So Q transpose. Then I could have B transpose D B, integration over the element, T is also constant, dA, and then I could have Q. Okay. So this is equal to 1 by 2 KQ square. So therefore my K stiffness matrix will be equal to B transpose D B area of element T, because integration of dA in case of triangular element is A. Okay, so this is applicable only for triangular element over the element. So this is going to give me A. So AE by thickness of element. So this is how I am going to get the K, and I can call this as equation 1. Okay. So let's try to solve one problem on the basis of this. So I just draw a rectangular plate. Okay, and I may apply a force here, let us say 5000 Newton, and also I apply a vertical force of 5000 Newton. Now let's take this dimension as 200, and let's take this dimension as 100. Okay, so this is the problem given to us, and of course this is a plate with thickness. Okay, so let's consider this thickness is to be 5 mm. So I could see with the lateral dimension this thickness is small, very small. So I can go with the plane stress problem. So I just try to do it in coordinate form. So it will help me. Now what I do, I put coordinate axis here. So this is my origin. I put it 0, 0. So it's better for me. You can put anywhere, okay, as you want. It doesn't make any difference. But I like to put it over here. So this is my origin. So therefore the coordinate of this is 200, 0. The coordinate of this is 200, 100. Okay. And coordinate of this is 0, 100. Okay. So this is what is the coordinate. Now let's mesh this element like this. So this is our meshing. First I'll go with the global node numbering. Okay. So global node numbering. So I label this as the node number 1. I label this as a node number 2. I label this as node number 3. And I label this as a node number 4. So what is the meaning of that? It has a displacement Q1. And of course, I did not mention the boundary condition. So at both this location, it is fixed. Okay, so this is fixed. This is fixed. And here also this is fixed. So Q1, Q2, 2 degrees of freedom, Q3, Q4, I have Q5, Q6, I have Q7, Q8. So total 8 degrees of freedom. Therefore, K global stiffness will be of 8 by 8. Okay, so it will be of 8 by 8 matrix. It depends upon degree of freedom per node into total number of nodes. So total nodes are 4. Degree of freedom for per node is 2. So 4 into 2 is 8. So global stiffness matrix will be 8 by 8. Now whatever the derivation of stiffness matrix we have done, that we are aware of in local coordinate system. Okay, so if you remember, I derived this by considering local coordinate system. Okay, so therefore for each element, so this is element 1 and this is element 2, I need to also establish a local coordinate system. Okay, so you could establish local coordinate system in any of the location. So let us say for element 1, okay, my node numbers are global node number. So I just write global node number, and here I could write local one. Okay, local node number. So global node numbers are, it starts with 1, it starts with 2, and it goes with 3. So 1, 2, 3 is my global node number. So I can establish local coordinate system at this location, I can establish local coordinate system at this location, or I can establish local coordinate at this location. So now what I do, you can establish anywhere, but then the complexity will be created. One of the best way is to establish the local coordinate system at the lowest node number of global node number. So global node number is 1 and it is lowest. So establish your local coordinate system at that location itself. So therefore locally this is my node number 1, and then go to 2. So this is local node number 2 and this is local node number 3. So in this way I have created a local node number 1, 2, 3. So the mapping is perfectly done. For element 2 now, global node number 1, 3 and 4. So therefore local node number I go with 1, next is 3, so I go with 2, and here I go with the 3. So 1, 2, 3. So exactly mapping is done. So when I establish the global stiffness matrix, it is not going to give me a trouble, or else I am likely going to be in trouble. Okay. Now from this local load number, I need to prepare connectivity table. So connectivity table, element and degree of freedom. Okay, according to local node number. So element 1, whose local node number 1, 2, 3 is having degrees of freedom Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5 and Q6. Element 2, local node number 1, 2, 3, okay, having degrees of freedom Q1, Q2, then I'll be having a Q5, Q6 and then Q7 and Q8. Okay, so you could see now this is in sequence. So assembly will be lot easier. All else, if you establish a local coordinate here, then the sequence of degree of freedom will change, and then there will be jumbling. So it might happen that 6, 7 might come here, 6, 7, 1, 2, and then at the end 5, 6 will come. So to overcome this, if you follow this, then everything will be in a sequence. So that will prevent you. Okay. So next target is to get the B value. Okay. So first I will get element, because I want to know the coordinates. That is what is important. Element 1. So I want x1. Okay. Then I want y1. I want x2. Then I want y2. So this is according to local node number. I want x3 and I want y3. This is what is the objective. So x1 is 0, 0 for this one. x2 is 200. y2 is 0. Okay. x3 is 200 and y3 is 100. For element 2, x1 is 0, 0. Check out local node number 2. So it is 200 and 100. Local node number 2. Local node number 3, 0, 100. Okay. So just let me know whether you understood this or not. You can type C if you have understood the coordinate system. Okay. So now from this we have to establish the matrix B. Okay. Okay. This is the end of page now. Fine. Okay. So first I need to find out J. Okay. So I write J1 for the element 1. That will be equal to x13, y13, x23, y23. This is what is my J. Okay. So x1 is this. x1 minus x3 is minus 200. Then y1 minus y3 is minus 100. x2 3. So 2 minus 3 to element 2. Sorry, element 1 I am looking at. I started looking element 2. So element 2 is 200 minus 200. It is 0. x23 is 0. Then y23. y23 is y2 minus 100. So this is minus 100. Okay. So just see it is correct or not. Okay, so again I verify x13 0 minus 200 200, and then 13 0 minus 100 minus, then 23 0, and 23 0 minus 100 minus 100. So this is correct. J1 I have calculated. Similarly, I go for J2 with the same concept. Okay, so x1 minus x3, x3 is 0, so therefore 0. Okay, then y1 minus y3, that comes minus 100, x2 3, so 200 minus 0, it is 200, then y2 3, so 100 minus 100, that is 0. This is the J. Okay, now what I want, determinant of both those two. So determinant of J1 and determinant of J2. So just let me know these values, please. So it's very easy. So I just write it down. Okay. So I hope this is correct. Okay. So those are the determinants. Both the triangle is same. So therefore that value should come. So anybody would confirm these values are correct or not? Okay. So now area of triangle 1 is 1 by 2 mod of determinant of J1. Okay. So 1 by 2 determinant of J1 is 20,000. So it comes around 10,000 units. You can write units square. Okay. Similarly, A2 will be also 10,000 unit square. So this is how I got the A2. Okay, so I can consider this is an mm, so you put this mm square. Okay, so all dimensions are in mm, so I just cut this and write mm square. Okay, whatever the unit, you just need to convert it into that. So area of both the triangles, I got it. Now we need to form a B matrix. So B equal to 1 of determinant of J, y2 3, this is the only thing I have to remember, then y3 1 cyclic change, then y1 2 and 0. Okay, so 2 3 3 1 and 1 2 in this way. Now this will be 0, and x you have to reverse, x3 2 0, x13 0, and x2 1. Okay, then x32 will appear here, y23 will appear here, x13 will appear here, y31 will appear here, x21 will appear here, and y12 will appear here. Okay, 1 upon determinant of J, determinant is 20,000. Okay, so I have to take mod or something. Just let me verify. Okay, Okay, so there is no mod involved. So it will be taken as whatever the sign is available according to that. Okay. So there is no mod involved for one of determinant of j. So determinant of j will be taken as it is. So this is 1 by 20,000. So I am trying to have B1. Okay. So let me know y23. Chalo, 1 by 1 will write everything. Chalo, type y23 is what? You may take a snapshot of this if you would like to have. Okay. And this is what is required. Okay, so just now start telling y23 for element 1. Huh? Determinant of J2 is plus 20,000. Yes, it is plus 20,000. Correct. Y23 minus 100. 0. Y31 now. Y31 is 100. Okay. Y12 now. Y12 0. 0. X32. X32 is 0. Now X13. So X13 minus 200, I suppose. Okay, correct. This is 0. X21, X21 200. Okay, great. So 0 minus 100 minus 200, 100, 200 and 0. This, then this, then this. So this 100, this 100 and this 0. Okay, so I got the B1 matrix. Let's have a B2. 1 upon 20,000. Okay, Y23 of B2 0. This is 0. Y31, it's 100. 0. Y12, minus 100 and 0. 0. X32, x32, what is x32? One has put 200 minus 200. What is the value? Anybody can confirm? X32 is minus or plus? Okay, minus 200, 0. X13, 0. X21, so x21 is 200. I suppose anybody could confirm? Yeah, great. So minus 200, 0, 0, 100, 200, minus 100. This is how I got the B. Okay, so let's have a matrix D. Okay, so mu is 0.3. If not given, you have to take this. Okay, so while I will conduct the examination through Google Classroom, most of the things you have to assume it, and depending on your assumption, the solution will vary of each student. Okay, so each student has to solve manually, take the photograph, and then you have to post it as a Word doc or maybe PDF onto the Google Classroom. And everybody's solution will be different, definitely. Okay. So E is 2 into 10 to the power 5 upon 1 minus 0.3 square then I'll be having a 1, 0.30, 0.3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 minus 0.3 by 2. This is my matrix D. Okay. So you can let me know this value, which is equal to 2 divided by this value, 2 divided by this value, that I will write into 10 to the power 5 as it is. This will be 1.30, 0.310, 0, 0, 0.7 divided by 2, so 0.35. Okay, so 2 divided by 1 minus 0.3 square. So just let me know this value. So 2.1978. Okay, take at least 4 decimal places from your side. I may take only 2. Okay, so this is how I got D. Now for the process which I am following, you have to follow the same. Okay, or else you will be you will get into trouble following such kind of problems for element 1. So what I want, D into B. So D into, I want B1 for element 1. This is what I want. So my D matrix is 2, so I'll use 2 decimal places. Just you have to use 4 decimal, 2.97 into 10 to the power 5 and 1 by 20,000, 10 to the power 5, not 3, 20,000, and then my D matrix 1.30, 0.310, 0, 0, 0.35 into minus 100, 0, 100, 1, 2, 3 zeros, 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros, minus 200, 0, 200, 0, minus 100, minus 200, 100, 200 and 0. Okay, so it will be of 3 by 6 matrix. So this you will do the division and you will let me know the whole matrix. So I leave the space here. Okay, so you have the multiplication program. Create matrices, multiply it, or one by one also you can do it. It's very easy. So I could do it. This into this, minus 100, very easily. This into this, it is going to be 0. Then this into this, so 100. Then this into this, so 200 into 0.3. So that I have point, that is 0.66. This into this, so it's minus 66.66. Okay, then this into this, it will be 0. This into this, this is 66.66. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. Now this into this, so I get minus 30. This into this, I'll get 0. This into this, so 330 I'll get. So Anuj, where 60 will come? (200 into 0.3). Okay, it is 60. So let's convert this into 60. So this is 60. Okay, fine. So this is 60. Now this into fourth one now. So minus 200. Then this into last, it is 0. This into this, so that will come 200. This into this, it is 0. This into this, so minus 35. This into this, minus 70, 35, 70 and 0. So just verify this is correct or not. So if it is correct, just put correct word if it is correct. Okay. So minus 100, 0, 100, 60, 60, this is correct. Minus 30, 0, 30. Minus 200, 0, 200, 0, minus 35, minus 70, 35, 70, 0. So this is correct. So through program also I got the same results. Now For element 2, D into B2, this is what I want. So 2 into, not 2, 2.19. So 2.19 into 10 to the power of 5. So what is this factor here in front of this? Okay, 10.95 divided by 20,000, 1.30, 0.310, 0.35 into my matrix B. So 0, 0, 100, 0, 0, 100, then 0 minus 100, 0, 0 minus 100, and then 0. Next is 0 minus 200, 0, 0 minus 200, 0, then 0, 0, 200, 0, 0, 200, minus 200, 0, 0, 100, 200, minus 100. So this is obviously 10.95. Okay, so I'll be having some value here. So 1 into this will come 0. 1 into this will come minus 60. 1 into this will come 100. 1 into this will come 0. 1 into this will come minus 100. 1 into this will come 60. Then this into this will come 0. This into this will come minus 200. This into this will come 0. This into this will come also 0. This into this will come minus 30. And this into this will come 200. Then this into this. So this is minus 70, 0, 0, 35, 70, and minus 35. This is how I got D into B. Okay. So I just verify. 0 minus 60, 100, 0 minus 160, correct, 0 minus 200, 0, okay, here it is coming 30, yes, 30, 0, minus 30, 200, then minus 70, 0, 35, 70, and minus 35. Okay, so now this is verified with the help of program also. Okay, so I just made a change. Okay, so that is 30. Fine. So this is what I got. Now for element 1, K1 equal to area of element, which already we have calculated, thickness is 5 mm. Okay, so we are aware of this is B transpose D into B, whereas D into B already we have calculated. Okay, so not D1 because D1 is same for all the elements. So area is 10,000. This is already we have calculated. So 200 into 120,000 divided by 2. Okay, so by formula also it is correct. Into 5 centimeter B transpose. So B1 is minus 100, 0, 100. Minus 100, 0, 100. Then 000. 0, 0, 0. Then 000 again. Minus 200, 0, 200. Minus 200, 0, 200. Last is 0, minus 100, minus 200. 0, minus 100, minus 200. 100, 200, 0. 100, 200, 0. This is my B transpose, and D into B already I have. Okay, and common factor is 10.95, so I just write it over here. 10.95, not this, this. Minus 100, 0, 100. Minus 100, 0, 100. Then 60, 0, 60, minus 60, not 60. Minus 60, 0, 60. Minus 30, 0, 30. This is correct. Minus 30, 0, 30. Minus 30, 0, 30. Minus 200, 0, 200. Minus 200, 0, 200. Then 0, minus 35, minus 70. 0, minus 35, minus 70. 35, 70, 0. 35, 70, 0. Okay, so you will get some sort of matrix is equal to some factor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So most probably 6 by 6 matrix you will get it. So just multiply and let me know. You have the program. It's still easy to multiply manually also. Lots of terms are already 0. Okay, so I may miss out decimal place, so just careful because of zeros. Okay, so I may miss out any one of the zeros. Uh, 10,000, 6,000, 0, minus 6,000, 0, 3,500, 7,000, minus 3,500, minus 7,000, 0, minus 10,000, 7,000, 24,000, minus 13,000, minus 14,000, 6,000, then 6,000 minus 3,500, 13,000, 435, and how many zeros? 2 zeros. Then 7,000, then minus 40,000. Okay, 0, minus 7,000, minus 14,000, 7,000. Till time you calculate this value also and let me know. And then 14,000, 0, minus 6,000, 0, 6,000, minus 40,000, 0, and this is 40,000, and this value is coming as 547, 500. Okay, so this is what I got for element 1. Okay, now for element 2 also you have to find K2 as A2, area 2, thickness of 2 element, B2 transpose D into B2 only, okay, not transpose. So D into B2 already you have calculated. Okay, so from that 547, 500, this will be common. I am going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again a 6 by 6 matrix. Okay, and row and column heading for this would be from global stiffness matrix connectivity table. Connectivity table, this is my connectivity table. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So therefore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly for this, what I will be having from connectivity table 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this finding K2 is a homework. Okay, so you have to find this K2, and next time we will use some simple technique. Okay, so that this will be directly get eliminated and we will reach to the stress calculation and rest of the part as well as the displacement calculation. Okay, so just let me know. I hope you understood up to stiffness matrix K. Just let me know.